We say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the roadway as we are. We're here today at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, show number 2356. We keep clicking them off, and we like that. And so we welcome you. Thanks for being with us. As Rush Limbaugh would say, wherever you are across the fruited plain, thank you, thank you, thank you on this absolute gorgeous Chamber of Commerce Monday. It's beautiful. Low 80s, 50s, 40s tonight. I think I got down to like 45 at the house this morning. So the seasons are changing. And they're supposed to. It's September. Somebody told me yesterday, church, it's getting cold. I'm thinking, September, going to do that. It kind of happens. So, anyway, good morning to you. Thanks for being with us. Going to be joined. We got a bunch to join us. Sean Whitten joins us, head football coach of the Cyclones. Joe Diaz, athletic director. Also, we have this young lady from Northeast Community Credit Union. She's going to join us. By the way, the tour of schools, we will be this week. Thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union, we'll be at the land of the Comets at Central Elementary. We're now moving from the Unaka School District into the Happy Valley School District. We'll be at Central Elementary, the land of the Comets, with Principal Nat Treadway this Friday morning. And Andrea will be there. Yes, Mrs. DeMoss will be in the house. She loves it when I say Mrs. DeMoss in the house. So she'll be there. We'll be there too. And so we love Northeast Community Credit Union. They do a great job. And so she's here. She'll join us coming up here in just a second. We had lots of sports. Top 25 college football poll came out yesterday. You got some head scratching going, really? How's Illinois that good? Well, they're not. How is South Florida winning one game that good? Well, they're not, in my opinion. So how did Notre Dame not drop? Well, I don't know, but they didn't. So anyway, we got lots going on. College football, NFL. How about my boys yesterday? The Raiders. Yeah. We're now 1-0. We may not win another game. So, but you have to enjoy the moment because we are so bad. We win any games, even an exhibition when they don't count. We get excited. This one counted to beat the Patriots. We'll run down the NFL. Major League Baseball, 3 weeks left in the regular season before the playoffs. So that is a big topic, of course. Some great pennant races. And the obvious high school football and high school sports. It's coming up again. It's hard to believe. Game 4. We talked about it. You wait, go through the dead period in July, come back in fall practice. You have some scrimmages, season starts. We're in week 4. We're almost halfway through the season. It's unbelievable. So, anyway, Cyclones got a big test Friday night on the road. They will take on the Volunteer Falcons down yonder at Churchill. The Falcons' Nest will be there 6:50 airtime, 7:30 kickoff. We're looking forward to being there, bringing it to you. RB, Richard Van Huster, is truly to bring you the play-by-play and the color. Hopefully the camera. I haven't been told we get to do that yet or not, but we'll find out, I think, by the time Mr. Diaz gets here, or Coach Diaz in a little while. All right, we'll get it all started with the national anthem, as we always do. Who gets to do it today? Let's see. Why don't we get it? Yeah, why not? Let's let her rip it. Martina McBride, the national anthem. Then we're going to talk about the NCCU. Then we'll talk college football and high school sports and get rolling. Sean joins us top of the hour talking Cyclone football. But here are the national anthems with, in this case, Martina McBride of the Tom Daly Sports.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets like a the bombs bursting in
Tom Taylor Sports Show. Got a brand new product. Tell me what's going on.
We sure do. We have contactless Visa debit cards, and some of you all have been asking and wanting to know, when are you going to implement that? We are hitting the ground running. So right now you can get your free instant issue contactless debit cards at Northeast Community Credit Union, and that's just another form of payment. So you've got the mag strip on the back, you've got your contactless, invisible, what you want to call it, if you want to pay that way for tabless, or you've got your chip. So we're just staying up to date with all the things, and we listened to you. So you wanted that, and that's what we can provide. And we've implemented it with hard work, behind the scenes, a lot of teamwork, effort, and come get your contactless Visa debit card today.
Available now.
Yes.
At all locations. Our locations are?
They are in Roan Mountain. They are in Elizabethton, one in behind Elizabethton High School, our main office. And then we have one off of 19E in Elizabethton. We have one in Johnson City off of West Oakland Avenue.
Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, or bemycu.org.
And the magic main number is?
423-547-1200.
Brand new product from Northeast Community Credit Union. Proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are joined, obviously, by Miss Betsy Hicks, from the Member Service Manager from Northeast Community Credit Union. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm well.
Yes. Do we like this weather? Do we like this weather?
Love this weather.
Absolutely. It is gorgeous.
It is.
Chamber of Commerce weather. I'm telling you, it fall's in the air, obviously, and it's September. It's supposed to, but again, I think it's going to be in the 70s today and 40s or 50s tonight. So it's going to be very nice. Not a lot of rain in the forecast, but we're taking back. Jesse's here. He'll give us our official weather forecast coming up in a minute. We've got a big ribbon cutting. We've been waiting a long time. How long did it take to build that? Probably over a year, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, over a year. They finally got it built. It's called the what now?
It's the
Community Center.
Yeah, community center.
So we're going to have the big ribbon cutting, right? It's the new building beside the existing building on Jason Whitman Way, the headquarters of the credit union. So tell us what's going on next Tuesday morning.
So about 9 a.m. we'll be having tours of the downstairs in Building 1 and Building 2 to show our changes of the remodel, and come down and see what you think.
Yep. Been in there, had a meeting in there with David and Andrea, and really nice. I know this is goofy, but I like the carpet. The carpet's it's kind of got speckles in it, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I'm not a good fashion dude, but it's got speckles. It's unique, and the whole thing's unique. It's very well done, and it's, of course, all the modern technology, all the modern amenities for meetings and PowerPoints and all that. So, and the rooms can be rented out, right, by the community?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to take a sneak peek when it finally opens, you can do that. Next Tuesday morning, the official ribbon cutting of Northeast Community Credit Union, and light refreshments and tour of both buildings, 1 and 2. The lobby in the existing building, I think, is really cool. I like the stone on the back.
Yeah.
And behind the tellers.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah, it is. They did a great job. I don't know who did it, but they did a great job. So that is coming up next week, the ribbon cutting. Then you guys are sponsoring the chamber. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Elizabethton Chamber has decided to let the legislative breakfast at the community center. So that's really great.
That'll be on October the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
And so the legislative breakfast will be hosted by the credit union at the new community center. So that'll be on October the 3rd, and that will be, what is that, a Tuesday? I'm not even sure.
I'm not either.
Well, we'll look it up. We'll got time. We'll just look in my stash here. So got some great rates going on at the credit union too, right? Going on right now. October the 3rd is a Friday. So that's when it's going to be in 3 or 4 weeks. So you can come by and be a part of that. Hello, Jim Stout. Got a chance to meet you Friday. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Enjoyed talking to you on Friday. So you go to the website, bemycu.org. What would you find when you get there? What all's there?
just about anything you need to know. You can apply for loans, apply for an account.
It all starts right there. What's it cost to be a new member? $5?
$5.
Yeah, that's what I thought. $5. Now, we always promote the teachers every month, year round. $300 a month times 12 months, $3,600. So again, tell them how if you're a teacher, it's a no-brainer for you to sign up and win money for your classroom. How can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just go on our website and you'll fill out an application and hopefully you get picked.
Yep, just that easy.
That's
and Sullivan County, Carter County, Washington County, Unicoi County, and Johnson County. If you're a teacher or know someone that's in any of those school districts or counties, from kindergarten all the way up to whatever you're teaching, whether it's home ec, it's car mechanics, it's third grade, whatever, bemycu.org. Get your name in the hat, and they're giving away every month. Might as well be you. I mean, $300 for your classroom is $300 for your classroom. It's really cool. So, anything else you want to tell us?
Just come on down.
Yep, come on down there again. Be a part. They got great folks. Locations: Jason Witten Way, right over here behind the high school. That's home office. A location. Where are the other locations at?
Well, we've got the temporary office up at 19E where they're building our new building. So you can go on in there and see those ladies. And we've got the Rome Mountain branch and then the Johnson City branch on West Oakland Avenue.
Yep. And they're all open and ready to go. They're open 5 days a week. And on Saturday, you have the, what do you call it?
The drive-through.
Thank you, the drive-through. It's a Monday, the drive-through. Yep. So get you some lunch. Thanks for coming by.
All right, thank you.
Miss Betsy, Member Service Manager. I love having her on. Love promoting the credit union. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll jump in and take a look at college football. Crazy, crazy, crazy. These polls makes no sense to me, but I don't make them. But we'll talk about them next on the Tom Taylor Sports. A lot of grocery store chains out there. Why Food City?
You know, Tom, I hope you've got a lot of time because I've got lots of reasons why you need to shop at Food City. You know, our associates are number one. You know, they're here to serve the community and our customers, and they do a fabulous job taking care of our customers. You know, this is a family-owned company, and it's such a blessing to work for a family-owned company. You know, they truly care about their associates. You know, and we're so involved in the community, Tom. You know, we do so much in all the communities where there is a Food City location. Anytime there's any big events, typically you're going to see that Food City logo. And when you're in the store, Tom, you know, you've got quality items to be able to select from. Talking about the produce, you know, we're picky about our produce. We sell a lot of locally grown items. And right now, half runners is what everybody's all about. And then, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the meat department. You know, we have our meat cutters back there every day who cut and grind meat fresh daily. You know, our meat, you know, beats none other. I mean, it's you know, great products that we sell back there in our meat department, and it's always fresh. And then the food service department, Tom, I love going to the food service department, and no matter what you get, it's always good, it's always fresh, it's always hot. And you know, like our sushi, they roll that fresh daily. And while you're here, Tom, you can always go to Food City Pharmacy and pick up your, you know, your prescriptions or get a flu shot. It's time for flu shots again. So there's so many different reasons why you should shop at Food City, and I could go on and on about our company.
Value every day. Food City. Lisa Johnson from the marketing department. Food City, proud sponsor of Tom Taylor Sports Show and the Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Value every day. Food City. It's exciting Elizabethton Lady Cyclone Volleyball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join Tucker Taylor and yours truly Tuesday night from John Treadwell Gymnasium as the Lady Cyclones entertain the Lady Black Knights of Chucky Doak. Airtime at 6:15. First serve right around 6:30 Tuesday night. The Lady Cyclones hosting Chucky Doak and Lady Cyclone Volleyball. It all starts audio and video at 6:15 this Tuesday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Lady Cyclone Volleyball. And back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's see. I bet that is right there. That may be the problem. I got all kinds of feedback on my headset, and that may have just fixed it. Let's see. Is this it right here? That's it. Fixed it. Yay! Could not figure out for the life of me why there was so much feedback on my headset. And now I know. I got it fixed. Yay. Just hitting up buttons. You just start hitting buttons. And so when you're a redneck, don't know what you're doing, just hit buttons. All right, top 25 college football. Two coaches. It's almost become, and I like this, it's almost become a buyout Monday. I mean, really. So last week, DeBoer, they were all over him in Alabama. Now this week is Billy Napier at Florida. And, with good reason, I guess, to a point. But it's like you lose one game and they're on you. Billy Napier, Rich Rodriguez in West Virginia, Moore in Michigan. They're upset with him, the Michigan fan base. We live in a world of unrealistic expectations, in my humble opinion. Hello, Kanan Ingram. It's a new name. Thank you for watching the show. So, to me, it's unrealistic expectations. Come on in. Do me one favor. Would you roll down that one blind over there, please? The one on... That'd be that one right. Yep, there you go. May kill the glare a little bit. See if that's it. Nope, I didn't do it, but that's all right. It's thought that counts. Jesse's going to be here with the weather forecast coming up here real quick. We'll get back into it. Anyway, it's become a buyout Monday. So they're upset with Billy Napier. They're upset with Moore at Michigan. They're upset with Rich Rodriguez in West Virginia. So we're not upset with Jesse unless he says snow, and then I'm going to be upset with him. How you doing, sir? You doing good?
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for checking in with us. He's our official weatherman of the Tom Douglas Sports Show. We got to figure out a way to get your forecast on my show. I keep talking about that. I'm leaving it up to you because electronically I'm challenged. I don't know how to do any of this. But you have to figure out somehow to get. Don't you put out a forecast every day?
Can the mic pick me up from down here?
You're booming. They
Okay.
can pick you up. Trust
Gotcha.
me.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I put out a daily forecast, temperatures and precipitation on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
So if you just want to share that, that's up to you.
I do. I want to
Yeah.
share it. I just don't know how to. That's what I'm saying. We got to figure out how to do it. But we'll take care of that. He's in live in person. Got him for a few minutes. He works here at Chick-fil-A. The Pretzel Club been going good.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'd say the spicy's my favorite. You get your choice of a filet with a pretzel bun and lettuce, tomato, and bacon. And then you get that side of honey Dijon mustard. So it's a really good sandwich, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hearing.
Been pretty popular for
Molly
sure.
says they're selling a lot of them. So
Hard to beat the pimento cheese in popularity, but it's I
Right.
guess the honey pepper pimento is what we had last fall.
you get grilled, spicy, and regular.
Uh-huh.
All right. What all's on the sandwich?
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheddar cheese, and then your choice of filet, like you said. And you get the pretzel bun and the honey Dijon mustard.
Pretzel bun
Mm-hmm.
and the honey Dijon mustard.
I think I'm saying it right.
You are. The bacon is applewood smoked. There's a brown sugared bacon. There's a pretty good description. I got to figure out.
Yeah, I think it's the applewood smoked.
Yeah. Go ask Michelle.
Yeah.
Come back and
usually I'm on my toes with that.
Yeah. Report back. Let me know. I want to make sure I get that right.
Mm-hmm.
Grilled, spicy, and regular bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheddar cheese, pretzel bun, and honey Dijon mustard.
Right.
It's called the Pretzel Club, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Cheddar Pretzel Club? Yes.
The Pretzel Cheddar Club. Yes. Or cheddar. Yeah. Yeah. You could be right. Yeah.
I'm doing this. I left all my notes at the house.
Well, apparently I left all my notes too. I should have
It's
done
all
my
right.
homework.
No, it's all right. They'll understand. All I got to do is
It's
come
good.
in.
Just
come
come
in
in
order.
and get it. We'll figure it out
Just come
for
in
you.
order. Just say, give me
Yeah.
that pretzel thing. Regular, spicy, or grilled, and they'll figure it out from there.
Been looking at the sign out there every day. You'd think I'd have it memorized by now.
And the Chick-fil-A chips. Oh ho. Good.
Amazing. I love those. I'm a big fan.
Yep. So they got chips now that have been soaked, for lack of a better term, or treated, or dipped in Chick-fil-A sauce. Seasoning, thank you. Chick-fil-A seasoning. Awesome. Good stuff. That's the two new things here at Chick-fil-A. All right, weather forecast, what we got going on?
Beautiful week. You can't ask for any better than what we got coming this week.
We call it a Chamber of Commerce week. Very little chance of rain either, right?
Yeah, I don't see a drop through all the way through Sunday at least. Maybe longer. So we've got temperatures right now in the upper 60s to low 70s, and they're probably going to top out in the low to mid 70s today. So it's a beautiful day. Low humidity, and temperature's going to drop into the upper 40s tonight. So pretty close to record chill. Nothing terrible, but just grab the jacket on the way out in the morning.
Yeah. The dry spell. Is this unusual this time of year? Is this pretty normal to be dry?
We were pretty wet, so now we are transitioning to a drier phase. It's not too unusual for September, but we'll see what happens the rest of the fall. I think it'll be stormy later in the fall, so we'll see.
There you go. So, have you planned your winter forecast yet?
I am studying it. I don't have an exact forecast yet, but I'm definitely watching what happens with the La Nina, the ocean temperatures in the equatorial Pacific, and a lot of global pattern drivers as we move forward. There's some mixed signals going on, so we'll see what happens.
All right. We're ways off, we hope, from that kind of stuff, but we got autumn coming in here on the 22nd, I think I read. It's the first day of autumn, so seasons are changing. It's very obvious.
Right.
Trees are going to slow down now, going to start turning the colors, and it's going to start getting beautiful in the fall. And any predictions on fall foliage? When it's going to peak?
I don't know when it'll peak. Maybe a little bit earlier because we've got these cold fronts in here earlier. You start getting those cool nights, and you start getting things going with the foliage. So I think so. Maybe a little earlier than what we've seen in recent years, where it waited all the way until the end of October.
Yeah.
So, but I think it'll be pretty as long as we get the right combination of rainfall, sunshine, cooler temperatures, and you don't exceed anything on those. Tend to get pretty good foliage. So
let's get back to work. Don't get you in trouble. Storm Tracker Sacker, our official meteorologist of the Tom Dillard Sports Show. We get him on every Monday when we're here. We can catch him because he's busy. Where will we find you real quick on Facebook?
Storm Tracker Sacker on Facebook, SACHER on the end of that spelling. And I'm on there, so go look me up.
You got it. All right, let's swing him back around, let him get going. Let's talk a little sports.
Thanks for having me as always.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Appreciate it very much. So let's go back to the college football. Napier's in trouble. They're after him. Moore's in trouble. Michigan, there's people not happy with him. Oh, they got beat by a ranked team. It's not like, that was – you don't want to lose, but at least Michigan lost to a ranked team, Oklahoma, who's apparently going to be a pretty good football team, I think. But then you have Rich Rodriguez losing to Ohio University, which was not good. That was not supposed to happen. South Florida beating Florida, that was not supposed to happen. However, South Florida's a pretty good football team. And again, for the second consecutive second consecutive, wouldn't be game, but twice now. How about that? You got a guy spitting on somebody. I don't get it. I would throw the book at him. Make an example of him, fine him, kick him off the team. I don't know what you do. That's twice now in the first week of the NFL and the college football season. You know what happened with the guy with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Now the guy from Florida spitting on the South Florida lineman, which, really helped him get him on down the line to kick the ultimate winning field goal. It helped. It certainly didn't hurt. So, I'm thinking a lot of things, but I'll keep it to myself. But anyway, that's unacceptable. Got to make a change. Stiffen the rules. Throw the book at them. Tighten things down. Whatever adjective you want to do. But you can't continue to let people spit on each other. So here's what's going to happen. We talked about Junior, and I talked about this yesterday at church. My Sunday school teacher, he's watching the show. It will trickle down. And me and John Bradley talked about it too at church. It will trickle down. Promise you. It'll be on the high school. There'll be kids spitting on each other because they've seen it in NFL. Now they've seen it in college. They're going to do it. Should they do it? Absolutely not. But they will do it. You wait and see. And I hope they don't. Hope I'm dead wrong. But Gators all the way out of the top 25. The Bulls make their 2025 ranking debut at number 18. I don't know if that's a little generous, I think, for them, but we'll see. Clemson struggled against Troy. Clemson should have dropped further. I'm a big Dabo fan, but they're not playing well. I don't know what's going on, but they're not getting it done. So let's run down the top 25. Coach Diaz is coming in. He's coming in hot on the landing. Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Oregon, Miami. Come on, Coach, you can sit down. He's a busy man. We'll get him on here in a second. Then you got Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame, nope. Overrated. Illinois, nope, shouldn't be there. Florida State, East Texas A&M. Really? They get you top 10 in the country. You beat Alabama, who got their ship righted by blowing out Louisiana Monroe. What was it, 77-0? Okay. So now Florida State is your 10th best team in the country for beating Alabama and East Texas A&M. No. Don't think so. Not my book, but they don't ask me. South Carolina 11th, Clemson dropping to 12th. Okay, Oklahoma up 13th. Quality win against Michigan. Ohio State 14th, Tennessee 15th. I'm okay with that. They got Georgia, as we all know, on Saturday, college game day at Neyland Stadium. Texas A&M 16th. They're going to Notre Dame. Go Aggies. 17th is Ole Miss. 18th South Florida. 19th Alabama. 20th ranked is Utah. 21st is Texas Tech. 22 is Michigan or Indiana. 23rd ranked is Michigan this week. They dropped, as they should. They did not look well. And part of that was the Oklahoma defense was pretty stout. Auburn cracks the top 25, and Missouri is at number 25. Auburn's at number 24. So there you go. Top 25 big games this week. Obviously none bigger than what's going on down in Knoxville. Number 16, number 6, number 15. Number 19, Alabama hosting Wisconsin. You've got South Florida, number 18, going to number 5, Miami. I think the Bulls find out real quick how good they are. Texas A&M, number 16, will be at South Bend to battle 8th-ranked Notre Dame. And Florida at number 3, LSU. We'll go through all the top 25 coming up in a minute. I know Coach Diaz is here, and he's got things to do and places to go and all that. But we appreciate him stopping by. But we will we'll pick back up. Sean's going to join us here at the top of the hour talking Cyclone football. We got Gary Rowe in a little while talking about the SEC football. Cyclones, again, traveling Friday, take on the undefeated Volunteer Falcons. We're joined by our athletic director. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at him on screen. Look at a handsome rascal. That's what Hope says anyway. Says, what?
She might be the only one that says it.
Well, you kids think so, too. So, how you doing, sir? You doing good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm doing well.
Let's pop this out, pop this back in because we got a knot in the cord. And there we go. Got you enough slack for you to talk. Everything going good? Busy week?
Yes, we've got another busy week, so we're excited about it, though.
Yep. Tell us what's going on. What's our schedule this week?
Well, tonight we got JV football against West Ridge, and then, of course, all of our other teams will be playing throughout the week. We've got some home games Tuesday and Thursday in volleyball. Volleyball Tuesday and Thursday at home.
Yep.
So that'll be good, and then soccer's at home tomorrow as well against East. So, but on the road will be golf. They'll be on the road a little bit this week playing, and then our cross country team will be racing this Saturday as well. So, what's going on?
We are streaming volleyball tomorrow night against Chucky Doak, 6:15 airtime, first serve 6:30. We'll be doing soccer later in the season. Thursday we're streaming the Tia Duggar Tennessee Middle game, undefeated Fighting Cyclones at 4-0. We'll have that for you on Thursday. And Friday, we'll make a little trip down to the Falcons' Nest, who's apparently a pretty good football team. They've never been 3-0 in the history of the school.
Yeah, I read that this morning somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it, but that they've never been 3-0. Kind of surprised me a little bit, but they're having a good season. I know they've got several new faces on their team and everything, and I think they've been pretty solid so far. I'm sure Sean and those guys are prepping for it. So
absolutely. So, have you talked to their AD yet?
I have not. I've been waiting on him. They usually call me or text, or email me sometime on Monday, early Tuesday.
Yep. Folks are asking me if we're going to have camera Friday night. Don't know yet. Hope so. Don't know yet. So
gotta get permission from those folks, but I don't see it as a problem. But hopefully it'll be okay.
Okay. By the way, we did pull the numbers. Facebook, YouTube gave us the update on the numbers, and thank you very much. The first 3 ball games, we have a total of 45,200 views so far. So we're averaging right at 15,000 a game. Thank you. That's, I like to have 250,000, but we'll take 15. So a town the size of Elizabethton, I think it's not too shabby. So that's a big testament to you on the other side of the camera. Thank you. And a lot of folks from a lot of states watching the ball games. We appreciate that very much. We'll do it again Friday night, either audio only or with a camera from the Falcons' Nest against what they call it down Churchill. And I can tell you, because back in the days when I did Dobbins Minute, volunteer, not only, there's years they didn't win but 2 or 3 games, and they really have struggled. And so out of the gate, they're 3-0. So I know they're jacked up, and they should be down at Churchill for volunteer football. So we'll go into a big crowd on Friday night. We travel well, so it's going to be a dandy. So we'll be there. They're 2-1, we're 3-0, and we'll strap it on and go.
Yeah, I always tell kids, the teams that I coach myself, it means a lot for these other teams to beat us. It feels like it anyways, and I'm sure that this is a school that's wanted to beat us for a long time, and they've struggled against us in the last, probably decade or so.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they're having a good start, 3-0 start, and it's a home game, I'm sure that they'll be pumped. over there. So hopefully we do our part and have our fans there too, which we always travel well.
It's the 19th meeting. We lead the series 16-2. We've won 7 straight, so we've dominated the series. But you throw out all that goes out the window at 7:30 on Friday night. It's regional football. It's a regional opener too. So as you know, you take the top 4 to get to the playoffs. So this is a big game for a lot of reasons. So we'll talk to Coach Whitney. He'll be here in a little while to talk about it. So Friday night, good crowd. Everything went well for the ball game.
Yes, we had a great crowd. Probably it's the biggest since Science Hill last year, crowd-wise. So I was extremely grateful for that. Grateful for our fans and all the people that helped us put all the stuff that goes on in the background. For all the folks that helped us, I'm really appreciative of. As far as I know, we didn't have maybe just some small issues here and there, but nothing major, which is what I wanted to hear and what I worry about, what keeps me up a little bit. But yeah, it was a good night.
Absolutely, it was a good night. Weather-wise, you couldn't get much better.
Yeah.
Same with this Friday night too. I mean, it's really going to be 70s and maybe low 80s on Friday, and so by kickoff it'll be mid-70s. No rain in the forecast, so it's going to be virtually a Chamber of Commerce football night on Friday night for all the high school teams. We'll run all down for you in a minute. So the work continues on the Ryder Center for Athletic Performance. What's the update?
Yeah, we got a construction meeting probably on this Thursday, I think. So we'll get a little bit more of an update. But last I heard, we're probably still a couple weeks out. Hopefully they're paving this week. They should have the good weather to do the paving and finish that up this week, and then we'll see where we're at on Thursday. But weights are coming in on September 22nd, and so they'll start installing that stuff. They've kind of put some finishing touches on some things. We got some signage that'll probably be up in about a month on both sides of the building. Make sure we honor a great man, Dave Ryder, and so yeah, we'll be putting those finishing touches on. So hopefully this weather this week will be good. So hopefully that'll keep things moving.
Very exciting for any town in America to have what we're getting ready to open up and let the kids, not just football, but all the kids at Elizabethton High School and, quite frankly, Tia Duggar will benefit from it too. So it's not just for football players; it's for all the sports and
PE classes and
yeah, been a long time coming, but it is going to be top shelf.
Yeah,
and you continue to have folks stepping up, giving checks to help out too.
Yes, we're still having. We're trying to raise $155,000 for weights. We're still short of that, but we have had some trickling in here and there. So obviously we're continuing to take those, and I'm extremely thankful for the people that want to help our kids have the best that they can have. And so that's the goal. I'm committed. I told Coach Witten and Coach Holt, who's our weightlifting guy there. I'm committed to making sure that they get everything they need for that building over the next year or two. So I'm going to do it.
Yep. We're going to get her done. So good stuff. When they have the ribbon cutting, we'll be there to stream it. We want to bring that show to how spiffy this place really is inside. It's really going to be neat. And so, as we said, it benefits everybody at Elizabethton High School, and Tia Duggar will benefit much like they do the Evan Carter indoor hitting facility too. It's being used for both, so it's good stuff. So your Marlins, they're out, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not very
toast.
Yeah,
gone.
They climbed up to 500,
mm-hmm.
and then right around the All-Star break, and then they just kind of, it was almost like they got to the top of the hill and they just decided that they're
tumble down.
They're done. So they're about 11 games under 500 again. So if my fish have a 500 season, I'm honestly good with it. So.
Mm-hmm. So the obvious game on Saturday. The Big Orange and the Georgia Bulldogs. What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be our best chance that we've had in the last few years. I felt like the Hendon Hooker senior year team had a chance too. That was probably a really good chance that got by us. But I'm not guaranteeing victory or anything like that. But I do think we have a chance, especially at home, that we can maybe get the upset. So I'm hopeful.
Tennessee number 15 rather, the Georgia Bulldogs number 6. Again, the ESPN College game day will be there. It's a 3:30 kickoff on ABC, so nationally televised, and we'll be. Hello, sir. How are you? And we'll be ready to watch the Big Orange and the Bulldogs. So, I know you like the Vols. You like any other teams in college football?
I mostly just pull for the Vols. Whether it's baseball, basketball, football, or tennis, whatever. I'm a Vols guy, and And I'm also not the guy that, you have a lot of people that pull for the conference. I don't pull for the other conference teams. Like, I don't want Alabama to win. I don't want Georgia to win because I think that makes it harder for us. But so that you got people out there that are SEC or nothing, But there's other teams that that I don't mind. Auburn I kind of like on that other side. What used to be the other side. But so
You an NFL guy?
do what? Yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan, and they did not show up yesterday at all. I think it's gonna be a rough season for them. And even if Tua didn't look great yesterday, from what I hear, I didn't get to watch it, but I was watching my son play some baseball. But I looked at the score; it did not look good.
I've told London, you can see her when you see her at school, be sure and remind her, because I wore her out yesterday. I said, London, look, the AFC Super Bowl team this year will be the Raiders. We beat the Patriots yesterday in New England.
Yeah.
Normally we find a way to lose. We didn't. We won the game. So if we don't, I get to gloat one time this year anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I've told her, she just rolls her eyes and walks away.
Yeah.
So if you see her, hey, London, your granddad said the Raiders will win the Super Bowl. She will roll her eyes and go, yeah, whatever, and go right on, because I like to jerk her chain. So
yeah, my household, we didn't have a good football weekend because my wife's a Cowboys fan. She grew up in Dallas, and then
the Dolphins.
and then two of my sons are Dolphins, and then one of my sons he likes the Lions and the Cowboys, and so it was just a rough weekend for
all the
those
way
guys.
around. You got it, man. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate
Yeah, man,
you.
of course, thank you for having us.
See you tomorrow night. We'll be up there again streaming volleyball. The Chucky Doak Lady Black Knights are coming. Sean Witten's here. He's going to talk to us coming up. Talk about last Friday night's big win, another gritty win. Dig down and find a way to win. And now we're going on the road to battle the undefeated Falcons. We'll talk about it coming up after this from Advanced Heat Pump Systems on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
It's exciting. T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join Deuce Morton, Isaac Fletcher, and yours truly this Thursday night from Citizens Bank Stadium as the Cyclones take on the Tennessee Middle Vikings from Bristol, Tennessee. Airtime at 5:15, kickoff at 5:30. The Cyclones, undefeated at 4-0, puts that on the line against Tennessee Middle on Thursday. Airtime at 5:15, audio and video. T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football this Thursday here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football. Here's Stanfield Thomas and Associates, Miss Autumn. So tell folks what STA is all about.
So at STA we do business tax, individual tax, bookkeeping, and payroll. We specialize in QuickBooks. We do offer QuickBooks training, and we have a QuickBooks Pro Advisor, which is Crystal. She's the owner. She can help with the software, training, inventory cleanup, file setup, and payroll reports. We also do month end, which includes reconciling. So yeah, we do a lot.
Do what you do best. Let us do the rest. It's a great, great slogan. Phone number, how do we get a hold of you?
423-968-9112 or at statax.com.
Where do we find you on social media?
You can find us at Stanfield Thomas and Associates on Facebook.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, Stanfield Thomas and Associates of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Football.
Our success is your success.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports, you look who stopped by. He's a busy guy, I'll tell you that. I don't see how he does it. So I watched him last Friday night after the game. He's like that. What's that little toy he used to have his kids, Gumby doll, where you stretch? I mean, everybody wants a piece of him, and understandably so. It was a heck of a win against a really good football team. Hilton and Amix are the real deal. Those kids could play, and they had that linebacker. Can't remember his name; it escapes me, but he was all over the field. Oh, Perry. Yeah. His name was Sam Perry.
Yeah.
He was all over the field. So, first of all, thanks for coming. And, man, it was another dig down and grit out a win for us.
Terrific home game. Couldn't be more proud of the excitement and energy we had. Sellout crowd, and it was good to be back in Citizens Bank Stadium. First off, we talked to the guys about protecting our home turf. And, our schedule the last couple of years has prevented us from being at home. And then, we've missed some games. But 60-7 at the bank, since 2015. That's what we talked to our guys about. Nobody comes in here and gets a W without them earning it. And, terrific game, another tough one, 3 consecutive tough games. Pretty much plays every situation and scenario possible other than overtime, just battle to the end, competing on every snap. And we had multiple guys. We were hanging on by a thread, both teams. But had some opportunities to maybe kind of put it away, give ourselves a lead and a cushion. Just couldn't do that. Credit to those guys for making it difficult on us. And, I'm a firm believer that things happen for a reason. And when you're in this profession long enough that, confidence and being humble, you, as a coach, you can say, hey, I made that play call. Hey, that's me making those things. But the next game or the next opportunity, you're going to get very humble. Football is a humbling game. And I think it's better to happen now than later on in the seasons. There's a lot of things you teach from. But, to say you're proud of your guys is an understatement because, man, our effort and the willingness to compete on every snap was second to none.
Absolutely. And that starts with you and the coaching staff, putting that into them through the off season, all the workouts and the training. They had 2 young men, Hilton, 151 yards rushing, the quarterback, a little guy, hard to contain, and he was slippery, wasn't he?
Well, when you come in and you talk about one, Amix, averaging 200 yards a game, finished this game with 77. We had to get the ball out of his hands. Now Hilton may had a few more yards, but we didn't want Amix to have those yards, and then that was the difference, I thought. We made him pull it. We made him get the ball on the perimeter. We were able to get to the pitches. That's hard. Zach Wallen did a great job playing safety and running those alleys. Our outside linebackers, they did a great job, but we battled. And you can make one play in that and think you did a great job, and they come back and do the same thing, and then they pull it. So, hats off to our guys. I mean, our defensive linemen, we're so relentless that when they came back over on the offensive side of the ball, it was really hard to put something together, to block and pass protect. And, not only were they tough to stop and prepare for on the offensive end, but they really made it difficult for us. I don't know if they did the same thing defensively that we saw in films. I mean, they were blitzing from everywhere.
They sure were.
And it really made it difficult on us to run the ball. And so just, credit our guys. I mean, the things that we've worked on and tried to do. We had an opportunity. We got off to a great start. We took the ball. We wanted to be fresh. We went right down the field and scored. Second play of the game, we tattoo them. We get the forced fumble. We got the ball on the 27-yard line. We tried to go to Justin twice. We had an opportunity to score there. Then we missed a field goal, just missed opportunity there to really get up 14-0. I thought we really laid it to them defensively. We stuck it to them and had some opportunities there to score and give ourselves a cushion. We just never could get that 10-point lead, that 14-point lead that you need to kind of make them have to do things different, and then we just kept hanging around. In the other situations we talk about being relentless, Tom, 2 blocked extra points.
Yep.
And then stopped them on 2-point conversion was the difference in the football game to win by 21-19 was really the difference in the game.
Special teams. I thought, who was the great running back for Greenville? I was trying to think of his name driving up.
It was
Went to Georgetown.
Yeah, it was Gudger, Mason Gudger.
There, thank you.
Mason
That's who this kid reminded me of the
yeah,
other night.
Yeah.
Ran low to the ground,
yeah.
and he was tough. Amix is a tough player, so I thought the player of the game, one of the plays, right before halftime, they had the ball on our 10-yard line. I thought, sure, Coach Pleasant, I thought sure he was going to run it. They threw it, and we picked it. I thought that was a big play.
It was. CJ was in on that play at linebacker and made him throw it over. Jack, the previous play, they threw a little hitch and got it down there, and then that was a huge stop. That could have been a huge momentum swing because they got the ball back, started the second half, and then, the ability to go up right there. That was a gut-wrenching play.
Mm-hmm.
And, you talk about it too, like next play mentality, which we preach, but Jack kind of misses a tackle on a hitch. Then they call timeout. They got no more timeouts left. The ball's on the 9-yard line. They got to kind of maybe throw it. You can risk running it right there, but, they got to kind of throw it there. They sprint out left and then throw it back to the right, and Jack made a heads-up play. So next play mentality is something we preach all the time.
Yep.
We talk all the time. That was one of our pregame notes and tips, and, man, that was about as big as football play as there was.
So you lose to Science Hill, who beat Tennessee High in a comeback win. We obviously won that second game. We know that, and we get this our first game, brother, and we get this second game. We're 2-1. So right now, I ask you this 2 or 3 times a season. Grade us right now, heading to Volunteer. Fourth game, or heading up? Are we A, B, C, or D? What do you think?
Well, just be sitting at 2-1, and we fought our tails off. I mean, we're probably like A- maybe. How hard we're playing, Tom, is something you can't coach.
Nope.
The effort we're playing with is something you can't coach. Our guys are battling. They're hanging on with the thread, whether it's skill guys, linemen. We're figuring out a way to win in different styles. Continue guys step up. When we give Rhett time, he's going to make the throws.
Oh, yes.
We got guys that have gone to make plays, made big play after big play for us, and then we're getting better consistent play out of our running backs. Whether it's not running the ball, but our pass protection has been pretty dang good. And then the other part too, Tom, is when you play a team like that, they came in with 3 passing attempts. We made them throw it, which is something they don't really want to do. But, they capitalized on some pass plays. But our team gets better, and, Will had a humbling night, which was an off night, but, the ability to put the ball in the end zone to make those guys start on the 20-yard line is tough. I thought another area, the second half, we get the stop. We force a punt. We had an opportunity there to kind of, if you can score there, we got the stop we needed, the stop we wanted. We had an opportunity to kind of punch it in, which could have been another difference in the game. But we're figuring out a way to win, Tom, and it's not always pretty and it's not always easy. But we battled. On the last drive of the game, we had 3 sophomore offensive linemen, a freshman offensive lineman there, trying to eat the clock and not give them the ball back. But overall, I mean, our when you play as hard as we're playing, you give yourself a chance. And what we can't do is complacency is real. You get better, you get worse, you don't stay the same. And we got to go in the same mindset of why we've scheduled these guys the first 3 games of the season because, man, our guys are playing unbelievably hard. And when you're having to coach effort and coach energy and enthusiasm and execution, then you can't focus on the other things that help you win football games, and we're doing that right now.
Back out on the road for the next 2. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll go back to this game. Rhett Slagle, 16 out of 24. I got him for 215. Threw for 2, ran for 1. Threw 2 touchdowns to Whitehead. Costly, we lose Whitehead with a broken hand, broken
wrist.
Wrist. So he's out for a while. It happens as part of football, so next man up. And the other guy we picked, we called his name all night long, Kyler McGovern. He was all over the place, and so he was our 3rd player of the game this week.
Well, first off, you can't replace a guy like Whitehead. All the things that he does for you as a player and as a coach. He's the ultimate competitor. And what he has up here, the ability to adjust and make plays. And you can't replace a guy like him. I mean, you can't even possibly don't even know where to begin. But he's the ultimate team player. He's been raised the right way, and whether it's football or basketball, baseball, he doesn't cheat you. And it seems to happen. The good guys always. And that's what the message of this kind of team. There's a price for winning too. There's a price you pay, not only to win, but there's a price you pay when you play teams like that, because you have the ability to lose some of your better players, knock on wood, but it comes at a cost, and what's the cost is you got to be willing to empty the tank on each and every play. You got to be willing to fight to the end, and that's what our guys can do. But Rhett's continue to get better. We executed and got off to a hot start, throwing the ball, man-to-man coverage. We took advantage of that with some of our better players. Continued third down, we were good. Fourth down, we were good, and continuing to make those throws. So it was a tremendous effort by him. When he sets his feet and can get to that, I thought the slant on the goal line touchdown to start us off was great. He bought some time to allow Justin to continue to get there. And then, he's become a better runner, smarter runner. When we can run him down in the red zone, it allows you to, get extra blockers there. And, for him to find the end zone was great. So taking care of the football, being disciplined, not understanding where he's got to go. He did a great job at that. At the end of the game, we hit some rollouts and, able to move the chains. And then, just making sure that we're sound and we're operating. When those guys are blitzing like that, it's tough to stand in there, and he did that. I thought these last 3 games he's made tremendous progress. I thought one of the throws he made against Johnson City was one of the best throws he's had in his career, but he continues to. And against Bristol, he was able to get a second and third read. And then, Friday night, when those guys are coming, stand in there and trust your guys that they're going to pick those guys up. He did a great job on that. And you talk about McGovern. McGovern's an unsung hero for us. The ability to be unselfish and to move to an offensive lineman and then play really good at a 5 technique there, relentless. Those guys played every snap. Third quarter was probably the longest third quarter in history, even though a team that runs the football. But he did a tremendous job of, how far Kyler McGovern's come is a credit to him and a credit buying into the program. And, he's capitalized off a great senior season so far. So he's played D-tackle, D-end, offensive guard, tremendous young man that, without guys like that, that's really what high school football is all about, opportunity to grow and mature and develop. He hasn't had a whole lot of success early, but now it's paid off for him his senior season.
Hard work pays off, and hanging in there, and that's what he's done. Kyler was our third player of the game on Friday night. So you go back to Justin, your backup quarterback, your wide out, your punter, your holder on the kicks, whatever.
We talked about that too, Tom, in the pregame. Is when you lose one guy, we're not just losing one player at one position. You're losing a guy that does a lot. We're out with Legend, Friday night too. So just even as a freshman, he's a running back, he's an H-back, he's an outside linebacker, he's contributing on special teams. Sometimes he's a lineup receiver. So you just can't replace that, and then the consistency that you're going to get on each and every snap by Justin. He did a great job in making some tackles on corner. He was the one that forced the turnover on the second play of the game, first drive, and you can always count on going to those guys. I mean, those guys, him and Zach made some unbelievable catches, and we just kept going to them, and so and the ability, what you get with a guy like Justin is, and I've tried to preach to our young guys this is, what a role model, to you can watch and learn with him by, just what he does on and off the field, the way he plays the game, the way he understands it, the way he listens and wants to be coached. And he's a role model. He embodies the characteristics of a Cyclone football player. And that's hard, and that's like, it was tough for me to get up there, Friday, your heart pours into kids like that, they give you everything you got. And that is why you coach. That's why you're trying to do all you can on Sundays and Mondays to prepare. Just, as a coach, you want to give those guys an opportunity because they're laying themselves on the line each and every play. They're giving you all they can give, and so and then, the ability to be a backup quarterback as well. I mean, with the play he made against Johnson City, we get back in it, and so just, you love those guys, and that's why you coach. You coach for opportunities to coach those kids because, that's why you keep going back and, why you down there 10 hours on Sunday breaking down film, or you got guys like Justin that are dependent on you, and then I'm dependent on him. So it's tough, it's about as tough. You hate to lose a kid like him, he's going to be back for us. We got to continue to win. We got to find a way to get some more home games in the playoffs, and and we got to trust that he's going to do all he can to get himself back. But, none of the guys. Nolan Loveday's another one's played really hard. Rainwater, another one. Lennox went out, came back in. Riley Jones went out, came back in. Calix played both ways Friday night, tight end, defensive end. So many unsung heroes. Justice Bird, CJ. We didn't run the ball effectively, but those guys stepped up at outside linebacker and linebacker. Justice did a good job blocking and helping us. So just proud of tremendous effort by our entire team. And that's Cyclone football. It's our DNA, man. We've been able to hang on and compete and battle, and that's what you see on Monday. It's what you see on Thursday. You see on Friday. So we can't let up. It's all gas, no brakes, and couldn't be more. One of our other winning edges Friday was having a little bit of appreciation for the people that sacrificed so much. Assistant coaches did a great job at the game plan. Jordy Harrison, Forrest Holt, Travis Hurley did a great job with those guys.
Yep.
Our corners made some tackles. Our free safety made some tackles. Jordy did a great job preparing that front guys to. That's tough, and so that's going to prepare us for down the road. Bring that game plan back out when we need it, and it just shows you, when the guys will listen and they'll prepare, you get an opportunity to make some plays. So. Total team effort, big win for us Friday night.
Absolutely, and it was, every game has been a barn burner. We could have won the, here or there, we could have won the Sciensville game. We didn't, and of course we hung on and gritted out the Tennessee I win, and same with Westridge on Friday night. Now we load the buses and head down to the Falcons' Nest. They've never been 3-0. They are anxiously awaiting the Cyclones.
Big conference game this week. Sky High, beat a Boone team, and Claiborne and Granger scoring some points. They got some better offensively. They got some guys that make them go. New quarterback, new receiving group. And so a couple new guys in the trench zone. But confidence is high. First game at home, conference game for home for them. So, and then getting Elizabethton, that's a big game for them. So, we're continue to be everybody's Super Bowl. It seems like, and. Coach has got him rolling. He's a former alum of a Volunteer, and he's got them doing things sound and better. And, we got to be ready and respect our opponent. We got to dial back in, and otherwise we're going to be in for a dogfight. So more opportunities for us to continue to develop and grow. And, another 2 consecutive tough weeks on the road for us. So great challenges, great, tough place to play. One-sided stands, and so we got to get off to a good start. So going back to work today, and see if we can get some guys to step up and help us in a lot of different ways, and figure out different ways for us to win.
It'll be our 19th meeting. We lead the series 16-2. We've won 7 straight, and as you said, it's all one-sided on the bleachers, so it's all packed in. It's tight. It's on the turf, and so suffice it to say, we need a lot of orange and black
for sure.
down there Friday night.
Crowd was great Friday night. It got behind us. It was awesome to just have the band there. Second half, them having the ball on the band end was tremendous for us. And, we know how everybody works. But the atmosphere was great on Friday, being there early to see us warm up. And, that's what we Cyclone Nation needs to continue to get behind this team. We got an opportunity to make a run for it, to be the best version of ourselves. And we need that energy. We need that crowd behind us. And our guys feed off that. So to be a 12th man, Cyclone Nation, show up and show out, and get behind our players, because we need it. No bigger time than now, especially when you lose one of your captains and lose one of your studs, and we to encourage our guys to maximize their opportunities, and what you preach as a coach. And there's more opportunities for a number of guys on our team to kind of step up and be available. So just proud of where we are and how far we've come. And man, I tell you, I don't know if we've had a tougher 3-game stretch, but man, we've played some big boys. We've been undersized now and on line of scrimmage. Gone against 3 straight good coaching staffs, and we got to that's why we've played these non-conference games now. We're going to go 7 straight in a row, with conference games. So everybody's going to get our best effort, and we're going to get theirs. And I think there's a like we always say, there's a big fat red Sharpie circled around this one. They want a piece of Elizabethton, and we got to get ourselves ready.
We'll be on the bus heading that way. Now we got a JV game tonight, and then T.A. Duggar on Thursday. So 2 chances to come back to the bank this week. JV tonight at home. T.A. Duggar and Tennessee Middle on Thursday. The Fighting Cyclones undefeated at 4-0. That's a fun football team.
Yeah,
to
it
watch.
is great group to watch. Doing different things and different guys stepping up. So it's great to see the progress, and got a big games here in the middle of the schedule, and then obviously finish up with Greenville. So it's hopefully we can have better weather this week for those guys, and another great opportunity for us tonight. JV, get better, get stronger, develop our depth, and like we mentioned, we had some young guys out there in the fourth quarter. Not ideal, but that's what we got to roll with. So I think guys can look themselves in the mirror and figure out there's still more opportunities for them to grow and get going. But great time to be involved in Cyclone athletics, and if you're not involved, there's no better time than now.
Kickoff tonight is 6?
6 o'clock, yep.
By the way, his next win will tie him with Big Daddy.
Yeah. It just, we'll think about it when he gets there. It's not what most important. Just speaks to the guys that, consistently show up and show out each and every day, each and every year. And it's all about the players, man. Our players have it's just been awesome to see, our team rally and grow and fight, and the will to win. It's just been unbelievable. So just continue, really proud of the guys, how they continue to listen to the winning edges and, and continue to listen, how we can grow. So, we got a big week ahead of us.
Proud to call your games.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep. There you go. Go Cyclones, head coach Sean Witten. So he will tie Coach Ryder, his grandfather, with the next win at 172. The next win obviously will set the all-time winningest coach in Elizabethton football history. So we will take a break. We're going to jump in and take a look at the SEC. Oh, they're crying in Gainesville. Yes, where else are they crying? Anybody else? Let's see. Mississippi State. No, they won. That's right. So the only one really crying. Well, they're crying in Lexington too. But they were crying apparently before the season started, according to Gary Rowe. He's going to join us talking SEC football coming up next. We're live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on an absolute gorgeous, beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're glad to be here, and here's our little buddy Molly to tell you more about what's going on with Chick-fil-A as soon as I find it. Let's see. It is right. Oh, she is right. Well, where'd she go? She was right here. We'll get little Molly on coming up, talk about what's going on for football to order from Chick-fil-A on the Tom Daly Sports.
I work at the Chick-fil-A.
I go to that Chick-fil-A all the time.
He came in the drive-thru. Before I can give him his change, he drove away. It was a month before he came back in.
Marcus hands me this envelope, and it's like $3.
I kept it in my back pocket for over a month.
That's crazy. I'm just like pretty stunned.
She's like, dude, you serious? What?
Appreciate the $3, man.
Yeah.
And we found out we both play trumpet.
Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or on a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get
Yes,
there.
you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Daly Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
And we're proud to tell you we're on our way to doing it again. So we are within striking distance of hitting yet another million views 2 years in a row. And so thanks to you out there for making it happen. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great.
Good. Good to see you.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day. Fall. It's here.
Yeah, it is here. It was cold this morning. Got up.
Yeah, it's chilly.
Or maybe not cold, but chilly.
Yeah.
After coming through 90s, it seems like it makes it even colder because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
SEC football last week. As I said at the outset of the show, this has almost become buyout Monday now.
Yeah.
Last week, Alabama's want to buy out DeBoer.
Yeah.
Now this week, Michigan's all over their coach. West Virginia, understandably so, all over their coach.
Yep.
Rich Rodriguez losing to Ohio University was supposed to be a checkbook game, which proves you don't play it on the paper, you play it on the field.
Yep.
And, of course, the most obvious, Billy Napier of Florida. They're all over him down there. You know, I'm not all that surprised he got beat. I'm not overly wild over the Florida football team.
I predicted that game, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
You did. You said right here, was it here 2 weeks? One of them you said they could lose to South Florida.
Yeah.
Because it was not a cupcake game. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Now, when you have one of their players spit in the face of a South Florida and give you an extra 15-yard penalty, getting you closer to helping to make that ultimate field goal to win it, the game-winning field goal, you know, that's not Billy Napier. That's just a poor judgment on the kid.
Yeah.
I hope they address it. I don't know how you fix that. That's twice now, NFL, now college. As I said to a couple of guys at church yesterday, I hope I'm wrong, but I won't be. It will trickle down. Somebody in high school will spit on somebody.
Sure. Oh, you know it will.
Because they've watched it on TV. And
Absolutely.
They think it's cool and they think it's okay or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not cool. It's not okay. So, in fact, I told a guy, I got philosophical. I said, now, the Roman soldiers spit on our Lord.
Mm-hmm.
He let them do it.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. They spit on him. And so I don't think there's anything more demeaning than being spit on by somebody.
I agree.
So, anyway, that did not help Napier in Florida. That's not his fault, but there was other problems that game besides that kid spitting on him.
Yeah, one penalty didn't call that game.
So you look up and down the line. Texas beat San Jose State. They're all crowing about how good they are now. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, Arch Manning's back. Really?
Yeah, you know, what I appreciated about the interviews after the game is Arch's notoriety is from the press. I mean, he'll tell you he's got a lot of room for improvement, and his coach will tell you he's got a lot of room for improvement.
Yep.
You know, he throws a pick. They're at a pretty important part of the game, and towards the first and towards the halftime, and you know, he said you got to learn to live for another down, and so, you know, you hate it for the kid because he's he's a sophomore in college, and he's already, he's basically his uncle's incarnate, and it's not because of his doing, it's because he's been made up that way. And
the media has created this guy.
They have.
To a point. I mean, he's got the talent, but they have blown him up to be the best thing.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to what Spurrier said. He said, if he's that good, why didn't he start last year?
Yeah, it's true.
So lighting up San Jose State ain't selling me. They got to do it. So
yeah, you got to win some conference games.
Keep an eye on Texas A&M. Something tells me Mike Elko's got something going on. They'll play Notre Dame this week. It's a big statement game. But now you'll say, Tom, it's Utah State. But it's the way they're going about doing it, and the fact that I don't think – I mean, they got a lot of money after those transfer portal players, NIL, but something tells me they're going to surprise some people. So.
Utah State's always a pretty tough team, and so it wasn't as if they were playing some mid-major, and to throw up 44 points on them. I mean, you got something rolling offensively. So, this week's a true test.
Yep.
Yeah, Notre Dame's defense will be a good test for them.
Georgia beats Austin Peay 28-6. I expected more from Georgia.
Underwhelming.
Yeah. That didn't wow me. So I don't know whether Gunnar Stockton's the answer, but we'll find out Saturday. But beating Austin Peay 28-6, you would have thought they'd put more on them.
You would think. It could very well be one of those looking towards next week kind of situations, but you've got to take care of this week first, and it just wasn't very impressive, really.
Missouri beats Kansas 42-31. What was your take on that one?
I was a little surprised. I think Missouri is probably the better team offensively. I was surprised Kansas put that many points up on them, but to be honest, but well, not really. I mean, they're always kind of an offensive driven team, but Kansas did have a big win at the beginning of the season, and you thought they were kind of turning the corner. But I think Missouri's coach is as well prepared as any coach in the SEC. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Missouri sports, but I think he is. I think he's a short timer. I think he may very well be wearing
moving up
blue and orange next year.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So
Tennessee blows out East Tennessee State. What was your take on that one?
Yeah, I didn't get to watch much of it. I was kind of watching the Texas game, watching Kentucky play, and I was keeping up with it. Listen, I think their quarterback's fitting in their system beautifully. I don't know that they obviously haven't had a great match to kind of test their defense to see where their defense really stands, but. Offensively, you can't argue. Nobody can argue the fact they're clicking right now. Georgia obviously is going to be they'll have something to say about that defensively, but who knows?
Here's the comparison. We'll use you as a comparison. You're a pastor by trade, obviously, and a good one.
Yeah.
So
I'm a good one, but I'm a pastor.
You're a good one. So and your congregation would echo that. So I'm going to let you pick a upcoming young preacher boy. Not me, you, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel was a quarterback and a good one at Oklahoma.
He was, yeah, for sure.
So when he goes against Aguilar and Merkliner, and Nico was a bust. He's gone to UCLA, and he's been a bust out there for 2 weeks.
Yep.
So when Heupel taps me on the shoulder and says, I want you to be my quarterback, or goes out and gets one, I think the boy knows what he's looking. I think he knows what he's doing.
Oh, for sure.
That's my point of that.
Yeah. There's no question. And he's developed a system, and so not just the head knowledge of a quarterback, but just the physical abilities to pull off that system. I mean, not. A pocket passer's probably not going to make it in that system, in that offensive scheme, But you got to have some legs.
If he's picking linebacker, I'd be a little
sure.
But picking a quarterback is what he did.
Yeah.
At Oklahoma, obviously was a good one. So when he picks Aguilar, I'm thinking, okay, he knows something we don't know because he studied this guy, and so far, now he could be a bust on Saturday, but so far. As you said, he has fit in like a hand in a glove.
Yeah, he
Tennessee
has.
offense.
Yeah, yes. It's been something to watch.
Talking to Gary Rowe, talking SEC football. He's going to be a regular on Monday when he can get here, and I'm tickled he gets to come.
Yeah.
Ole Miss beat your Wildcats 30-23. What happened there?
Well, if you recall, first week I told you that our defense is going to keep us in games for 3 quarters, and I think defensively, I still hold to that. I think our secondary is strong. I think actually from the linebacker position back, I think they're pretty strong, pretty good sized front, a little inexperienced, but and their offensive line is good size. They're still trying. They're still struggling to find their identity offensively. They're already kicking around quarterbacks. They brought in Cutter Boley the other day to replace Father Time there at quarterback, and the 24-year-old they got, and it's kind of been the carousel at Kentucky for the last couple of seasons at least. Is that last year we had the receivers, didn't have anybody to throw to them. And now you got to wonder, now do they have somebody to throw to them? And so they kind of were experimenting there at the end of the game, and they're already talking about evaluating who's going to be the starter. So it's still trying to find themselves offensively, and to be honest, I don't know if they're skilled enough to compete in the conference offensively, but I think defensively it'll hold them in games for a while.
Arkansas beats Arkansas State 56-14. Does that send out a message, or Arkansas State?
I think so. I think they're rounding the corner. We'll find out this week. It should be a really good game this week, to be honest with you. I think they and Mississippi State both are making huge improvements in their programs. Against Arkansas State, they're pretty overmatched with Arkansas State is, but still, you still got to throw and catch it and put up 56 points at the end of the day, so.
South Carolina beat South Carolina State 38-10, so are the Gamecocks 10th in the country? Are they for real?
I think they are. They're going to be well coached, well prepared, extremely athletic at quarterback position and receiver position. So I don't know about 10th in the nation, but they're going to be a tough out for anybody they play.
Actually, they're 11th. There's a typo. This says 11th in the country.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, they're playing. We'll go down the schedule in a second. Arizona State, Mississippi State Bulldogs knock them off. That's a big win, isn't it?
That's a huge win. Arizona State's a top 15 team, and Mississippi State again. I think they're trending in the right direction. They obviously got a long way to go, but I think they're trending in the right direction.
Auburn, after beating Baylor on the road, comes back, beats Ball State 42-3. So they cracked the top 25, number 24.
Yeah.
Baylor got that big win over the weekend. They beat SMU, so
yeah,
that kind of gives some legitimacy to the Auburn win.
Yeah,
so.
For sure.
LSU beats Louisiana Tech 23-7. I thought that'd been more of a lopsided score too.
I think it's another Georgia situation. Looking over that opponent, preparing for next week because of course they've got a huge one coming up too. So, coaches' minds are, especially on the collegiate level, are so different, and they'll sit and they could sit right here in my seat and tell you, we were focused on Louisiana Tech and we were
bull hockey.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. They're experimenting, I think, on Louisiana Tech on what's going to work for next week. So
not making excuses for Georgia, but I guarantee you, Austin Peay, national television in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Probably looking ahead a little bit to the balls.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma beat Michigan 24-13. Is that a good sign for Michigan, or a bad sign for Michigan, or a good sign for Oklahoma?
Michigan is trending down, obviously, and not just because they got beat by Oklahoma. You can just see it. They're not the same team that they have been for the last several seasons. I know you got a coaching change there, which is a big deal. But on the other hand, Oklahoma, and I told you this at the beginning of season 2, Oklahoma better be a teams watch out for, because number one quarterback in the portal, extremely athletic. Defensively, Venables has got their ears pinned back, and I mean they're coming after you, and they showed that against Michigan. Very impressive win, I thought, against a downward trending but yet still a good Michigan team.
Welcome to big boy football.
Yes.
Michigan comes to the SEC and goes,
for sure. Yeah,
we got throttled.
In Oklahoma, the place was hopping, and it was a fun game to watch.
Mm-hmm. Vandy goes into Lane Stadium and big boy football against the ACC and Vanderbilt with a 24-point win over Virginia Tech.
Huge
Hokies
win.
are struggling, and Vandy looked pretty strong.
Vandy looks strong, and then that makes this weekend's matchup. That adds us at least another third game in the SEC that's going to be
Slobber
going to be
knocker.
a slobber knocker. Yeah,
You
I
got
think it's
it.
going to be a great one.
So then Alabama comes back and beats Louisiana Monroe 73-0.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Come on now. Good night. So,
DeBoer's still not safe.
no, he's got a big one this week.
He sure does.
Here's your SEC schedule. Let me get Prince a little fine and get my Food City glasses. We know right up the top.
There you go.
Alabama's got Wisconsin coming to Tuscaloosa. That is
Yeah.
a big football game.
Huge game.
Arkansas takes on Ole Miss at Ole Miss. That could be an interesting football game there.
I think for sure. Again, Arkansas trending up. Ole Miss didn't have their best showing against Kentucky. I felt like they were a little overranked, to be honest with you. And again, not to talk too negatively about Kentucky, but their defense is pretty good. But I felt like Ole Miss were a little short offensively.
We're talking SEC football. We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton with Gary Rowe. And I got it right. The Pretzel Cheddar Club cheddar cheese, lettuce, tomato, applewood smoked bacon with creamy Dijon mustard. Either get it grilled,
It's a real deal.
spicy, or regular. Have you had it?
That's a real deal right
You
there.
like it?
No, yes, sir. That's good. Yeah, that bun is something else, that pretzel bun. It's a game changer.
He's grinning like a fox in a hen house. He's getting lunch in a minute. He may get him one. So
May slobber on your microphone here in a second.
you got South Alabama at Auburn. Auburn again, 24th in the country. The Tigers, Hugh Freeze, slowly but surely starting to get things together. I would think they can get South Alabama.
I think so, yeah.
Now, look at Florida's next 4 games. They got LSU this weekend in Baton Rouge. Then they go to Miami of Florida, an open date. Then they've got Texas at home, and then they go to Texas A&M.
4 ranked teams and 2 highly ranked teams. Miami, I think, is for sure a loss. LSU, I think, is a loss. Texas in Gainesville could be a good game potentially, because I think both are pretty well evenly matched right now. Texas a little more athletic, I think. So possibly 3 losses there, and then A&M. Who knows? He may be. He and DeBoer may be vacating together for the end of the year.
Playing golf.
Yeah.
You got Kentucky hosting Eastern Michigan. You okay with that one?
Should handle them.
All right. Let's see. Mississippi State, Alcorn State should be Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Missouri has Louisiana Lafayette in Columbia. That should be a Tiger win.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's got Temple in Philadelphia. They travel. That should be a win.
Interesting travel for them. To Temple. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt and South Carolina in Columbia. That should be a really interesting football game.
It should be a good game. Really good game.
Texas has UTEP. Texas, El Paso, and Austin should be a Longhorn win.
Yeah.
Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
Great. Probably the best non-conference game or out-of-conference game of the weekend, I would think, for just about all schools as far as, different conferences playing one another. But I don't know. I mean, it depends. With Notre Dame, and to be honest with you, Texas A&M's kind of become the same way. You don't know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
There are A&M teams over the past several seasons that on certain Saturdays could beat any team in the nation, and then the next week get beat by any team in the nation. And and Notre Dame has certainly proven that as well. They tend to play well against ranked opponents. It's the unranked ones that seem to surprise them, and so A&M ranked, they may be well prepared. If they're well prepared, and the Notre Dame team shows up that played at the beginning of the season, they'll probably beat A&M. But we'll see.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at Major League Baseball and NASCAR and the NFL. Monday Night Football, the Bears and the Vikings at Soldier Field. Got London going yesterday. Doesn't take much to get her going, but I told her, I said, I'm just telling you, we won our first game. We're on our way to the Super Bowl. We will be in the Super Bowl this year.
Boy, how fun was last night's game?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That was a good one.
Oh, yeah, that was really, that Buffalo game, that was great.
Yeah. Now, they're all over Lamar Jackson but then I'm watching the video. Okay, you got this fan that's clearly a Buffalo Bills fan because he's dressed in Buffalo Bill colors.
Yeah.
These guys going off the field, and he's on the front row of the stands after the game. and he's shoving
him in the
Ravens
head.
in the head.
Yeah.
So the guy in front of Lamar, he shoved him as they were going off the field into the tunnel. So Lamar took exception to it, and he reached up in the crowd and shoved him back. And so Lamar's the bad guy. And I'm thinking, no, this dude, whoever he was, invaded the personal space. What gives him the right to smack him on the helmet or anything going off the field?
And rarely do I defend NFL players with much.
Yeah.
But how can you blame him?
Yeah. Yeah, so,
In fact, I don't know why security didn't come and arrest the guy.
There you go.
I mean,
So
that's assault.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the minimum he gets tossed. I mean, it's after the game, they're going off the field, but what gives him the right, or anybody, as you're going off the field, is take your hand and shove the player on the top of the helmet as they're going off the field. And he went on.
Yeah.
But Lamar behind him said, nah, apparently he ain't getting by that, so he shoved this guy.
Yeah.
And now Lamar's the bad guy. So
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And if they come down on him for that, which I'm sure they will because they're so politically correct these days.
That's it.
But
it's wrong.
It's wrong.
I defend him.
Somebody
on this
should
one.
pay that fine.
And I'm not. Yeah, most of the time, just like last week, Carter spit on Prescott.
Yeah.
They ought to make an example out of him and the guy from Florida.
Yeah,
on Saturday.
for sure.
They
Yeah.
ended up hurting them because they got a 15-yard penalty, moved them down the field closer to kick the ultimate game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
So they should make. I'm sure he was taking care of it. I would think. Back when I played, if somebody did something like that, we would shut the locker room door and we'd take care of it.
Sure.
I mean, I can tell you what happened. There's a law of the jungle. I don't know what happened with Billy Napier, but somebody with the NCAA and the NFL has got to drop the hammer on these guys because it's already happened twice, and it'll happen again. It'll happen in high school. So if you were the commissioner, what would you do to clean it up to make sure that going forward, if you spit on somebody in a ball game, you're going to get hammered? What would you do?
Well, you got to hit. I mean, those guys are money talks, and so obviously the fine, a huge fine, but also unpaid leave. You make them sit out 2 or 3 games and unpaid, and see what happens. But then, Tom, if I walk out here on the street and spit on somebody, the police are going to show up and arrest me.
Oh yeah,
it's a form of assault.
Yeah.
And so,
well they should,
and as they should, and so, what makes athletes any different? I mean, I know people talk about they'll defend it's the heat of battle and so forth, but I don't buy that junk. I mean, you at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a professional and be able to compose yourself. Coaches talk about being. I just heard Coach Whitten talk about being your best self, and players are taught that, and they need to be held accountable for that. And if you have a moment of not being your best, if I have a deacon come up to me and just start railing on me and I spit on him, what do you think the church is going to do?
That's it.
And so there's got to be some accountability there.
Well, somebody comes up to me right now and complains on what we're talking about. I just haul up and spit on them.
I know.
So
I'll let you deal with it, and I'll get my chicken sandwich.
That's it. You'll get your cheddar.
Yeah.
Pretzel cheddar club going home. We're gonna get this to go now. Tom's back there fighting with somebody, so he's getting. They're fighting. They're rolling around on the floor. So I'm gonna go home. But anyway, so yes, they got to do something about it.
Yeah.
And but yes, I would think the biggest football games this week would be the obvious Georgia, Tennessee, and the SEC.
Yeah.
You got Alabama, Wisconsin's huge.
Florida, LSU,
Vanderbilt, South Carolina. That's a big one down in Columbia.
Yeah.
And then the Notre Dame hosting Texas A&M.
And I think that's the late game, isn't it?
Yeah. South Bend. So there you go. I want to give you something on the air before you take off. So you may or may not want this. So I got it. So I'm thinking if he doesn't like it, then he can pass it on. But it came in an old paper sack.
Nice.
So I know you like this guy, so I got you a book. So,
that's awesome. The official Pete Rose scrapbook.
Yep.
I'm a Pete Rose fanatic. Thank you, Tom.
The lifetimes and streak of Charlie
Hustle, the greatest to ever put on a uniform.
Yep. We used to play wiffle ball with a Pete Rose wiffle ball.
Yeah.
We thought we were something.
Yeah.
We would take off and dive, especially when it rained.
Yeah.
We had like a little makeshift base out in the backyard. We'd take off and go airborne, head first slide like he would do, just to get wet.
Yeah.
Get our britches and our shirt all muddied up. And
now, the question is though, when you reenacted the play at home plate, who played Ray Fosse?
Yeah. I was there for that.
Were you?
Yeah, I was there.
Nice.
The 70 All-Star game in Cincinnati. I saw Ray Fosse get clocked by Pete Rose.
Yeah, made linebacker coaches jealous.
Oh, nailed him.
Yeah.
So he says Ray Fosse said it. He still feels it. He said he plowed into him. So
how could you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that gift.
You're welcome.
Really, I appreciate that.
You deserve it. You're a good man.
Thank you, sir.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at NFL, Major League Baseball, and high school sports all next on the Tom Taylor Sports. Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry fit t-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brumman Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabethton, Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. It's exciting. T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join Deuce Morton, Isaac Fletcher, and yours truly this Thursday night from Citizens Bank Stadium as the Cyclones take on the Tennessee Middle Vikings from Bristol, Tennessee. Airtime at 5:15, kickoff at 5:30. The Cyclones, undefeated at 4-0, puts that on the line against Tennessee Middle on Thursday. Airtime at 5:15, audio and video. T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football this Thursday here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclone Football. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we will have Cyclone football for you on Friday night at the Falcons Nest. Again, YouTube sent us our numbers for the first three games. Over 45,000 watching the game, so thank you very, very much. Hello, Pete, Crystal Slagle. Your youngsters are getting it done. Goodness gracious. 2 for 2, ran for 1. I had him 16 out of 24 for 215 yards. So he ran for a touchdown, 2 for 2. Of course, we said it, as Coach Witten said earlier when he was here, it's a costly win because we lose just a great kid, Justin Whitehead, to a broken hand, broken wrist. It really matter what it is, was broke. He's out. And that's tough. So, but in the world of sports, you know what that means. And whether you want to concede or not, it means next man up. So, by the way, this frosted cherry berry is smoking good. I get one every week. All right, top 25 college football. We'll take care of that first. We'll get into Major League Baseball, then NFL. The Raiders won yesterday. London said, "I'm so tired of you saying that, Granddaddy." I said, "Well, London, honey, we win so few games. Let me gloat when we win because we don't do it very often, please." So anyway, Raiders did win. They'll have the Chargers on Monday Night Football next week, both unbeaten. All right, top 25 college football on Friday night. Number 22, the Indiana Hoosiers hosting Indiana State. On Saturday, early game, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, will take on 19th in the country. They'll take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Big ball game for Bama, certainly. 4th-ranked Oregon and Northwestern. 13th-ranked Oklahoma goes to Temple. 23rd-ranked Michigan back home to take on Central Michigan, trying to turn the ship around in the Big House at 12 o'clock. 12th-ranked Clemson at Georgia Tech. This is not a gimme. Clemson normally dominates this game. Their average margin of victory has been 28, 29 points. This is not a gimme for Clemson. They're not playing well for whatever reason. They'll play in Atlanta against Georgia Tech at noon on Saturday. 24th-ranked Auburn hosting South Alabama. Number 2, Penn State will have another hard game against Villanova. Give me a break. Cupcake schedule. To this point. Number 6, Georgia will be at number 15, Tennessee. 21st-ranked Texas Tech. It'll be at 3:30, by the way, on ABC. 21st ranked Texas Tech, the Red Raiders hosting Oregon State. 25th ranked Missouri to Louisiana, they're home to them. Iowa State, the Cyclones travel to Arkansas State. Iowa State 14th in the country. Number 7, Texas against Texas El Paso. Another ranked game on Saturday. 18th ranked South Florida will be at number 5, Miami of Florida. We'll see if the Bulls are for real. Or was that a fluke to beat Florida? Flukes are flukes. It's a W. They got on the plane and headed back to, or the buses and headed back to Tampa with a big win. 9th ranked Illinois, overrated in my opinion. The Fighting Illini hosting Western Michigan. Illinois 9th in the country? No. I mean, their program's okay, but they're not 9th in the country. Number 1 ranked Ohio State will have the Ohio University Bobcats. The team that knocked off West Virginia. They'll have them in Columbus on a 7 o'clock game. 17th ranked Ole Miss will entertain Arkansas. As Gary talked about, and he's right, it could be an interesting game. Gary's kind of being our SEC guy now. 16th ranked Texas A&M will be at number 8 Notre Dame. 7:30 on Saturday. And South Bend, the Aggies and the Fighting Irish. Place will be nuts, as all home games are. But something tells me Mike Elko's got something going in Texas A&M. I'm going to take the Aggies on the road. LSU hosting Florida. If Billy Napier has any chance of keeping his job, and I'm not for anybody losing a job, but they better make it close. Even if they don't win, they better make it close. If they go out there and get shellacked in Baton Rouge, I would think that could be the death knell for Billy Napier, because we talked about his schedule. After LSU got Miami of Florida in Miami, they have an open date. You can come back home for Texas, Texas A&M, and Mississippi State in a row. Then Florida has an open date. Then you got Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Florida State. Whew, me oh my. What a schedule for the Gators. So they've got LSU in Baton Rouge on Saturday. 11th ranked South Carolina hosting Vanderbilt Saturday evening in Columbia. And 20th ranked Utah will be at Wyoming. So those are the games involving top 25 teams and some good ones. And there's some cream puffs, but there's some good ones too in the college football games coming up on Saturday. And again, the Friday night game, Indiana and Indiana State. All right, so we were talking. We'll get into the baseball here in just a second. NASCAR, Denny Hamlin wins the race. They're coming to Bristol. It's race week. Truck race on Thursday, the best race all season when I was doing the track announcing at BMS for 20 years. For me, the favorite race, I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because the competition, the Friday night race in the fall, in this case it's the Food City 300, is the best race under the lights. You only got 300 laps. Going 500 laps at Bristol, those guys will tell you that. They kind of hold back. They don't let their yayas out to the last 100 laps because it's a 500 lap event. Well, the Friday night race is 300 laps, so you got to get up there and get on it and stay on it. And so, for that reason, the night race, or the fall race, is about to be. It's the Xfinity race now. It will be the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series starting next year. But that race on that circuit, to me, is the best race up there. It'll be Friday night Food City 300, and of course, as we said, the Bass Pro Shop night race will be up there on Saturday. Ticket sales, we've been told, have been very brisk for that race, and I hope so. It benefits all of us. A lot of folks come to town and spend a lot of money in town. It helps us with our restaurants, gas, convenience stores, certainly hotels. So we hope there is a big crowd. And the weather should be perfect, looks like, for the Saturday night race at Bristol Motor Speedway this weekend. All right, so having said all that, Denny Hamlin wins it, his 59th career win. He's now punched his ticket to the second round of the playoffs. He's in. Chase Briscoe's in. Here's the guys that are on the cusp. They're in trouble. Coming to Bristol, Austin Dillon's outside the top 12. This is a cutoff race, by the way. They'll cut it down to 12 after this one. Austin Dillon, Shane Van Gisbergen, Alex Bowman, and Josh Berry are in trouble. They're on the outside looking in. Hamlin moves on to the next round. So does Chase Briscoe. Then you have, I predicted, by the way, Hamlin to win the thing. He and my dark horse was Joey Logano, who's still alive. The other drivers above the cut right now, Kyle Larson, who is the dominant force at Bristol for the last several races. He, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, and Austin Cindric are above the cut. And so we'll talk more about that as the week gets closer to the Bristol race. Again, Thursday night, the truck race, Friday night, the Food City 300, and Saturday, the Bass Pro Shop night race at Bristol Motor Speedway coming up this weekend. So it's race weekend. You'll see a lot of people in town. As I said, spending a lot of money, so love on them because that money's helping going to the coffers and helping our taxes actually go down. When they spend more money coming to town, the hotel tax, it saves us on our taxes because they have to tax less because the out-of-town folks are coming in and they're making more tax dollars off of them. Therefore, we don't have to take it out of our billfolds. So I'm all about that. NFL from yesterday. Wow. Where do you start? We start in Foxborough. The Raiders. My boys won 20-13. Titans got beat 20-12. The Dolphins look pitiful. They got beat 33-8. They may be the worst team in the NFL. They were not very good yesterday. Tampa Bay beat the Falcons by 3. The Bengals beat the Browns by 1. The Cardinals beat the Saints by 7. Steelers by Aaron Rodgers and a last-minute field goal beat the Jets 34-32. Washington over the Giants by 15. Jacksonville, 16-point winner over Carolina. Denver beat the Titans by 8. San Francisco, a 4-point winner over Seattle. Green Bay, 2-touchdown winner over the Detroit Lions, which I thought was a surprise. The Rams over Houston by 5. And Buffalo last night rallies to beat the Baltimore Ravens 41-40. So that was a really good game last night. And so despite that guy, hitting him in the top of the helmet, and then Lamar retaliates, and now he's the bad guy, which I don't see that at all. So anyway, that's what happened last night. NFL going off the field. He hit him on the back of the helmet. I mean, not on the back of the helmet, but shoved him as he's going off the field. And so, why are you, if you're a fan, why are you hitting people in the helmet going off the field? I mean, what gives you the right to do that? Maybe alcohol. I don't know. I don't know anything about it except what I saw, and it was uncalled for, but Lamar Jackson's taking heat for it. All he did is take the guy and shove him back up in the stands. Wasn't like he hit him or decked him. Just shoved him away because as the Ravens were coming off the field, this guy kept hitting all these players in the helmets. Why? Why would you do that? Personal space. It's like Gary sitting there. I just start pounding him on the top of the head while he's talking to him in there. It's like, I'm fairly certain being a Kentucky boy, he'd give me a stop at once. Then after that, there'd be fisticuffs. So I would think. Fair enough? Yeah. That's what Mike would say. Gary, you better do something. Don't sit there and take it. You better retaliate, son. Daddy used to say, don't start it, but don't walk away from it. Did we hear that once? Heard 1,000 times. Don't start it, but you better not walk away from it. If somebody starts it, you better clean their clock or you won't answer to me, is what my dad used to say. Yeah, he was right. So anyway, here we go. NFL Thursday night. Washington at Lambeau to battle the Packers. A battle of unbeatens. On Sunday, Buffalo will be in New York against the Jets. Chicago plays tonight against the Vikings Monday Night Football. They'll be in Detroit on Sunday. Cleveland will be at Baltimore. Both of those teams looking for the first win. Jacksonville and Cincinnati, battle of unbeatens. The Bengals and the Jags. The Rams will be in Nashville to battle Tennessee. New England will go to Miami, both looking for their first win. Same for the Giants in Dallas on Sunday. The Steelers will be hosting Seattle. San Francisco at New Orleans. And Carolina at Arizona. These are the afternoon games. And a couple more afternoon games. Denver at Indianapolis, both undefeated. Philadelphia and Kansas City, Super Bowl replay. And that'll be, didn't Philadelphia play Kansas City last year in the Super Bowl? So I thought, yep. I keep thinking Detroit was in there somewhere. It was a couple of years ago. Philadelphia, Kansas City, that'll be at 4:30 on Sunday. Sunday Night Football, the Falcons will be in Minnesota. Then on Monday Night Football, week from tonight, Tampa Bay at Houston, and the Raiders hosting the Chargers on Monday night. So where will I be? With my Raiders hat sitting in front of the tube, screaming at the TV. And no, I don't scream at the TV. So I don't get worked up over this stuff. People say, you do a sports show, you don't get fired up over these games? No. I enjoy them for what they are, but do I get worked up over them? No, not a chance. So, all right, quick break. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball. 3 weeks remaining. We've got some great pennant races. We'll talk about that. And also run down the high school football schedule right after this. We're live at Chick-fil-A on show number 2356 of the Tom Douglas Sports. It's exciting Elizabethton Lady Cyclone Volleyball. Hi, this is Tom Taylor, inviting you to join Tucker Taylor and yours truly Tuesday night from John Treadwell Gymnasium as the Lady Cyclones entertain the Lady Black Knights of Chucky Doak. Airtime at 6:15, first serve right around 6:30 Tuesday night. The Lady Cyclones hosting Chucky Doak and Lady Cyclone Volleyball. It all starts audio and video at 6:15 this Tuesday night here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page and on YouTube. Go Elizabethton Lady Cyclone Volleyball. Talking to our buddy Molly Hurley from Chick-fil-A. It's football time in Tennessee, the late John Ward would say. On a Friday night or a Saturday afternoon or even on Sunday to watch NFL, you can get your trays from Chick-fil-A. Tell us what we can get there.
Yes, you can. You can get nugget and strip trays, fruit, salad, mac and cheese. We've got cookies, brownies. We've got wraps and veggie wraps. And then we also have our sub sandwich trays that have our cold grilled chicken, lettuce, tomato. Those are really good. And if you're getting it for a Sunday for the NFL games, you can also get the nuggets and strips chilled, so that way we'll cool them down for you, give you reheat instructions, and you can pop them in the oven and have them ready for your party.
How do we order? How do we get them?
You can call the store at 423-297-1266, or you can go online or use your Chick-fil-A app to place an order online.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, 423-297-1266. Our buddy Molly Hurley, marketing lady from Chick-fil-A here in Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2356. Thank you for being with us wherever you may be. All right, 3 full weeks remaining in Major League's regular season. Every game carrying a lot of significance now. And so we went back and found the schedules of the teams that are still kind of in the hunt. The toughest schedules left and the easiest schedules for these teams. Let's start with the Padres. They got series with the Reds and the Rockies. They're going to be at New York, at White Sox, the Brewers, and the Diamondbacks. I don't think that's really all that easy. That's what it says. The Reds, the Rockies, they're not very good. In New York against the Mets. Yeah, okay. They got Chicago at Chicago, the White Sox, and the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. So you got the Brewers and the Mets. Those are 2 pretty good ones. The Mariners. Remaining series with the Cardinals, the Angels, the Royals, the Astros, the Rockies, and the Dodgers. That's pretty tough. The Yankees. They have remaining games in Boston at Fenway, of course, against the Twins, in Baltimore. The White Sox and the Orioles, they play the Orioles home and away. They play the Tigers, which is huge. And they play the Red Sox in Fenway. So New York will not play another playoff team this regular season after wrapping up next weekend series against the Red Sox. So they'll finish the season with 2 consecutive weeks of games played against non-competitive teams. So that should play in their favor, I would think. The Dodgers have left on their schedule. The Rockies at San Francisco. The Phillies. The Giants are 4 in Dodger Stadium. They got them for 7 or 8 games left. They're at the Mariners and they're at the Diamondbacks. So this is supposed to be the easiest. I haven't got to the hardest yet, but these are pretty hard. Looks. San Francisco has the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers in Arizona. They'll go home and away against Arizona. Home and away against the Dodgers. They got the Cardinals and the Rockies. So here's the toughest remaining schedules. Let's say the toughest schedule left are the Cardinals, who have an outside shot to get into the playoffs. The Cardinals have remaining games at Seattle, at Milwaukee, Milwaukee at home, at San Francisco, and at Chicago against the Cubs and the Brewers. That's a pretty good test. That's pretty tough. Yeah, that's tough. The Brewers twice, home and away. The Giants in San Francisco, the Cubs in Wrigley. The Reds at home, and the Mariners in Seattle. Yeah, that's pretty tough. The Reds, their remaining schedule because they've got a shot. They're 4 games out in the wild card race. So the Giants are both 4 back. The Reds will be at San Diego against the Athletics, at St. Louis, 4 against the Cubs at home, at the Brewers, and also the Pirates. So that's a pretty tough schedule. Then you got Tampa Bay. They're hanging around. They play against the White Sox in Chicago. They play at the White Sox, at the Cubs and Wrigley, 4 against the Blue Jays. They play the Red Sox, the Orioles, and they've got the Blue Jays in Toronto. That's a pretty tough schedule. And the last one are the Red Sox. They go to the Athletics in California, the Yankees at home, the Athletics at home. They'll play the Rays in Tampa. They'll play the Blue Jays in Toronto, and they got Detroit at home. Whew. It's pretty tough down the road, wrapping up the schedule for those teams. Let's look at the standings. In the East, Toronto leads the Yankees by 2, and the Red Sox by 3.5. And the Yankees have won 2 in a row and 7 out of 10. In the Central, the Tigers have lost 6 out of 10. They still lead the Royals by 8.5. In the West, the Astros have lost 6 out of 10. The Mariners have lost 6 out of 10. And the Rangers have won 7 out of 10. And the Rangers are hanging, despite all their losses, including Evan Carter. You've got the Mariners 2.5 back and the Rangers 4 back. By the way, in the American League, the wild card today would be the Yankees, the Red Sox, and Seattle. But the Rangers are a game and a half back. Kansas City's hanging around. They're 2 games back. And Cleveland now has got into the fray. They're 2.5 back in the wild card race. In the National League, the Phillies lead the Mets by 7. In the Central, the Brewers have won 3 in a row, 6 out of 10. They lead the Cubs by 7 1/2. In the West, tight. Dodgers only a 1-game lead over the Padres. The Dodgers have lost 7 out of 10. Padres have won 2 in a row, but they've lost 7 out of 10. In the National League right now, it's the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets. San Francisco and Cincinnati are on the outside looking in. They're 4 games out. That's what's going on there in Major League Baseball. Here's your schedule for this Monday. The Royals in Cleveland, Miami hosting Washington, the Mets in Philadelphia. McLean will go for the Mets, and Aaron Nola go for the Phillies tonight in Philadelphia. Atlanta hosting the Cubs. Bryce Elder on the mound for the the Braves tonight. Milwaukee at Texas, that's a good one. Minnesota will take on the Angels. You've got the Cardinals in Seattle, the Reds in San Diego, Yu Darvish against Nick Lodolo. That's your pitching matchup. Arizona and San Francisco rather. Boston in California play the Athletics, Sacramento, and the Dodgers hosting Colorado. So that's your Major League schedule for this Monday. Final break. We'll come back, take a look at high school football. Who plays where this Friday night? Another big night. Hard to believe, as I said earlier, week number 4 of high school football. We're almost to the halfway point of the season. We'll take a look at who plays where coming up next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
In a world where clutter, trash, and debris threaten your property, one man is ready to save the day. He's Container Man, your dumpster delivery superhero. Need to clear out your garage? Call Container Man. Remodeling your home? Call Container Man. Demolition waste taking over your job site? Call Container Man. From minor to major projects, Container Man has the perfect size dumpster for every task. With lightning fast delivery and the customer service of a locally owned company, he will help you restore order to your world. When you're ready to fight clutter, trash, and debris, call Container Man.
Steins with a special song. Take it away, Axel.
The Eagle Center is right downtown. The second block is where we're found. We have crocs and clocks and a lot of things. Tools and glass and shiny rings. Coins and books and mirrors too. All these things just waiting for you. Beautiful furniture and much, much more. You gotta come visit our store.
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, it's run down high school football on Friday night. Who plays where? We've got some volleyball, too. Let me take a look at some volleyball here in a second. We got volleyball. We got track. Volleyball and soccer. I'm sorry. Volleyball and soccer. And lots of papers. Which one is it? I'm looking for Monday, September the 8th. Here we go. And I know. All right, we'll get to that in a moment. Somewhere I've got today's volleyball schedule. Well, probably right here. Yeah, here we go. Let's do that first. Volleyball. Tonight, Morristown East at Science Hill, Elizabethton volleyball, Crockett, Westridge at Volunteer, Dobbins when it goes to Greenville. Tri-Cities Christian volleyball at Sullivan East, Unicoi County to Hampton. Chucky Doak will play at South Green. Johnson County's Lady Longhorns will be at Kachia against the homeschoolers. Happy Valley volleyball at Avery County. You have Towering Oaks at North Green, Cherokee at West Green, and Lakeway Christian at Providence Academy in volleyball. Soccer for today. Let's see. We've got no soccer. We got scheduled tomorrow, pretty full, but none today, so the paper says. I'm going by the Johnson City Press. High school football. Football for Friday night in Tennessee. Dobbins at Oak Ridge. Science Hill goes to Bearden. Westridge will go back home to play Hardin Valley. Gibbs will be at Morristown East. Sevier County at Daniel Boone. Crockett hosting Morristown West. Tennessee High at the Stone Castle hosting Cocke County. Cherokee will be at Granger on Friday night. Eagleton Academy at Sullivan East. Seymour and Greenville will play at Seymour. Northview Academy, the Cougars travel to Pigeon Forge. Unicoi County at Chucky Doak. Johnson County, the Longhorns in Ashe County, North Carolina. Hampton and Happy Valley will do battle at Happy Valley. That'll be a good one right there. That's going to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker, Hampton and Happy Valley. Be a dandy game. Friday night on Warriors Hill. North Green at South Green. Providence Academy at West Green. Cloudland will go to Hancock County. Unaka travels to Cosby. Providence Christian will be at Donaldson Christian. And Sunbright plays at Jellicoe. In Southwest Virginia football, Thursday night, 2 games, Union at Graham and Holston at John Battle. On Friday, high school football in Virginia, Abington will be in Gate City to battle the Blue Devils. Honaker at Rye Cove. Twin Springs, the Fighting Titans hosting Pineville, Kentucky. Ridgeview at Wise Central. Richlands will be at Lehigh on Friday night. Thomas Walker in Lynn Camp, Kentucky. Patrick Henry at J.I. Burton and Eastside will be at Rural Retreat. Our broadcast, 6:50 airtime. 7:30 kickoff from the Falcons' Nest at Churchill. Cyclones 2-1. Volunteer undefeated at 3-0. Airtime at 6:50. Kickoff at 7:30 on Friday night from, as we said, Volunteer High School in Churchill, Tennessee. That's going to do it from here. We always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. Here's the verse today to wrap it up. Tomorrow we're going to be at Milligan University talking the land of the Buffaloes. Wednesday we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday we'll be at Rick Walters, Horseman Insurance, the #1 horseman agent in the country, based right here in Elizabethton. And then Friday we'll kick off the weekend at Food City on a Food City Friday. All right, let's do you the verse of the day. And it goes like this. Hello. Verse today is, we're wrapping this thing up. There's a lot of pain and uncertainty in the world. We should be so thankful that we can trust in a God that is constant. Hebrews 13:8 says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and today and forever. Amen. And Hebrews 13:6 says, so we say with confidence, the Lord is my helper. I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? Whew, that's powerful. The only way to trust above the water, the only way to stay above the water is to trust the one who walked on the water. Whew, that is powerful. Thank you, Jesus, for loving us. We don't deserve, where'd my phone go? We don't deserve what you did for us willingly down on the cross for each of us. It's true. The only way to stay above the water is to trust the one who walked on the water. Whew. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for loving us. We don't deserve what you did for us, willingly dying on the cross for each of us. Good way to end it. Thanks to our guest today, Gary Rowe, SEC football. Sean Whitten, head football coach of Elizabethton football, Joe Diaz, the Cyclone athletic director, and Jesse, the Storm Tracker Sacker, their weather forecast, which is going to be beautiful all week long. And then we, again, got it all started with Betsy Hicks from Northeast Community Credit Union. Back tomorrow, we'll be live at Milligan University. Again, talking Milligan Buffalo sports. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching show number 2,356. We wrap it up as we always do by simply saying, bloom where you're planted. And win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the show today from Chick-fil-A